And that's why you shouldn't pee in the street. What's going on, everybody? This is the Coverbandconfidential podcast, the podcast for cover band musicians and band leaders to learn how to rock more inside glass in Gift Wrap Central. I'm Adam Johnson.
Not peeing anywhere inappropriate. I'm Dan Wright.
That's an old Irish superstition. I won't tell you what it's about, but you should Google it. That might be fun for you on this hallowed occasion.
Yes.
It is just after noon on Christmas Eve, aka less than 24 hours before this episode is supposed to air. So if that's any indication of how the week has gone, that's pretty much
right.
it. But come rain, come sleet, whatever, we're putting an episode out.
We said we would.
It'll be a short one.
Yeah, we said we would every week, and so here we are.
Here we are. So we'll do a quick recap of this past weekend with Amber Show, and then we'll do some merry wishes, and that'll be that.
Yeah.
So this was the conclusion of the Basketball Christmas Spectacular World Tour. This was at the Foundry in Athens. Amber, being a corporate traveler, had some IHG points, so we got a free stay at the Hotel Indigo, which was catty corner to the venue.
Cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very nice hotel. If you're ever in that area, you should consider staying there. It is very music-centric. They actually have a venue in the basement called the Rialto, and like legit artists coming through there. So really, I was totally unaware of this whole dynamic, but the IHG, or specifically the Indigo in downtown Athens, is very locked into the local community, which is cool.
Yeah.
So they were playing to the Foundry, which was actually a part of another hotel called Hotel Abacus, which was the original graduate hotel. If you've never heard of that before, they're like collegiate hotels in college towns that are very catered to whatever environment they're in. The one in Nashville across from Vanderbilt is one of the coolest hotels on the planet. But anyway, and show went. The gig went well. We had a lot of overlap from the other folks. They had done it in downtown Atlanta the week before. There was a lot of overlap between those two crowds. So maybe a little less energetic, but fun nonetheless. One of the things I managed to do was I handed off my Meta Ray-Bans to the band.
Good.
Thus effectively outsourcing my responsibility as content guy,
Nice.
Primarily to Rob, their drummer, who was beside himself at how cool a concept this was. And the footage that came back was surprisingly usable. I know a lot of people would think that putting them on your drummer would be challenging, but he's got a pretty steady head, apparently.
Okay.
That's my takeaway from the situation.
Good.
The other funny thing about that night, so they started early, wrapped up around 9ish, so we had some time to go and enjoy ourselves, and we ended up going to this bar that the sound guy, his partner, is affiliated with, worked there, owns it, whatever. Yeah. So we went over there, and they were doing karaoke, which was very fun, and I think the overarching story for that will be for another episode. But what we found out was that, the crowd was lighter for what I had mentioned before. There was a lot of overlap from the week before. But it turns out that at the 40 Watt, which is an iconic venue in Athens, Georgia, every new wave, punk, indie, whatever has played there. Stormy Daniels was performing.
Huh. I was unaware she performed.
Yeah. Yes. So we were playing against that.
Well, I mean, that's tough.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever competed with that situation. So, just a unique detail with that story. And then we drank beers and sang songs, and I got to hang out with my buds from high school, and it was great.
Awesome.
Great time.
Very good. Very good.
So this week has just been prepping for the holidays. Like I said, it's Christmas Eve, so I've got some wrapping to wrap up. Luckily, all the shopping's done. But the board for my son is good to go.
Nice.
Ended up getting him a Pot Express, a rocker switch so that he could switch through presets, the rock stock tuner, which I actually got in a product demo, my Nauticlon, because I wasn't using it and he asked specifically for a dirt box. He doesn't always play direct, so he could run that through an amp or whatever. Sure. And then the board itself. So, a decent amount of that was paid for by the folks out there, helping out. So that was really cool. And so we'll see how he likes it. I think it'll be a slam dunk, but that's pretty much
Very
it.
good. Well, you shared a picture of it, and I was like, "What? No tuner?" And then I was like, "Look at that tiny thing in the corner. That itsy bitsy thing.
Yeah.
That's a tuner. It says letter C on it. I guess that must be a tuner."
Yeah, and the Pod Express has a tuner built into it, but it's always nice to have a unitasker in that sense.
Yeah, something that can mute the board, and yeah, it's good.
Absolutely. So, what have you been up to?
Listen, it's been getting ready for the festivities and busy work. When we shut down for a while, all the things that you would be doing in all those meetings get moved into the last several days before it. So I've been pretty slammed at work the last few days.
Yeah.
We have our traditional trip to World Market. The whole family goes to World Market on the afternoon of Christmas Eve and shops for each other in an attempt at sneakiness and, pair up in various pairs. The child, comes with one parent and then another parent. And so we walk out of there with some stocking stuffers and stuff on Christmas Eve. This has been a weird year. We have the big present to the family is hot water.
Yeah.
That's now accomplished. And
Huzzah.
so we've kind of said we're just going to kind of take it easy on everything else this year. So it'll be a smaller one, but still sweet.
Sure.
Setting up Christmas dinner and all that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, so I had an opportunity to buy my wife a diamond ring for our anniversary. Right. It was a situation where it just kind of like the deal was too good. And so she was like, it's okay. We can dial it back for me. Like, I'm good. But I can't leave well enough alone. So my company does a thing where like you can order something from like a pre-built store that you can select from. And instead of getting something for myself, I opted to get her pots and pans from Le Creuset.
Oh, good.
It's a 5-piece deal that was a part of it. So she doesn't know that, and this won't be out until after Christmas. So hopefully, I'm not ruining anything.
Yeah, we are upgrading the child's phone. She's got a hand-me-down that has a shattered back and always has, and so we're gonna get her up to. She specified what generations of iPhone she wanted, and it's not the current. And I asked her about that, and it turns out she doesn't want the 17 because it only has one camera, and that makes it look like an Android. Now, this is inaccurate in at least two different ways. But,
yes.
But now that I understand the rubric, we can pick wisely about what phone to deliver for her. So,
got it. We're doing something similar with the 10-year-old. We're getting him an Apple Watch that he can make calls from. Right. So that way, if he gets off the bus and one of us isn't home, he can contact somebody and let us know that he got off the bus effectively. So I'll be setting that up momentarily. I think that's what I'll end up doing while I wrap this up.
Good.
But yeah, this has been a really cool year. And next week, we're going to get into some year-end stats, not only for us, but also the just music gear and that kind of thing. So be on the lookout for that coming up. And we just want to make sure that we got to say Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Festivus, whatever it is that you celebrate. Because, we care about y'all. Yeah. And it's been a hell of a year.
It has.
So on behalf of all of us, happy holidays, and we'll see y'all next week.
Right.
In Atlanta, Georgia, I'm Adam Johnson.
In Greensboro, North Carolina, I'm Santa Claus. No, Dan Ray.
You have been listening to the Coverbandconfidential podcast for the week of December 26th, 2025.